VIP ticket holders, we were answering questions and talking to people who were struggling to figure out what to create for content. And I was talking a little bit about how we can create content out of anything. How if we're starting to look for things, we will easily find ways to make content. There are so many people who get upset or get discouraged over content creation because they don't know what to create or how to create it, and it kind of weighs them down. It's one of those things that kind of looms over them while they are operating inside of their businesses or inside of their brands. And it doesn't have to be hard and it doesn't have to be difficult. And one of the things that we mentioned and we identified as we were going was that you can actually change the pattern of the way that you think. So oftentimes we have these blocks where we think, oh, well, I can't do this and I'm not going to do this. And it's going to be hard for me to remember to take photos. And it's going to be hard for me to remember to do videos and all of these things. But if you train yourself, it becomes very easy to do. So one of the pieces of advice that I gave one of these women was, if you struggle to remember to create daily content, to take photos, to take videos, whatever it is, set an alarm on your phone. Go into your phone and set an alarm for the same time every day. And that same time every day, when that alarm goes off on your phone, stop what you're doing and create a piece of content. It doesn't have to be hard to create content. You can create lots of content in a very short amount of time. I teach you how to do it in under 5 minutes, start to finish. That's coming up with the idea, scripting it, filming it, editing, and posting it under 5 minutes. So it's real easy to do it daily. And set that timer on your phone to train yourself to stop and to create a piece of content in 5 minutes and then go back to your work. Real easy to do. And the more you do that and have that reminder there, the more it becomes a part of what you're doing and how you're doing it. So when it becomes a part of what you do and how you do it, it's going to be easier to start remembering to do it without that alarm. At some point, you're going to very easily be able to create your content every single day without needing an alarm going off to remind you. But this works for literally anything. You can apply this to ideas that you're getting for content creation. You can apply it to finding ideas for stories to write. We had a really good conversation on one of the TikTok live streams the other day about how most people struggle to come up with book ideas, but I never do. It is so easy to create book ideas. I have hundreds of them. I'll never write all of the novels that I can come up with, and I can look around and see anything and create a story out of it. In fact, while we were on air, I took different objects around my room, I held them up, and I created a plot around the weird random object. I can do it in my sleep. It's so easy to do because I've found opportunities to do this. I have trained myself to see the world around me in a way in which I can come up with these ideas because I have actively practiced to get to that point. So if you're trying to figure out how to implement content creation into your strategy for the day, or if you're trying to figure out how to easily create content from the world around you and you're struggling right now, you can retrain your brain to see these opportunities. If you're somebody who wants to look for opportunities in life, you do not have to just sit here and wait for them to come around. You can actually create these opportunities, and you can look for very easy, simple ways to create those opportunities in your life. I do a lot inside of my businesses because I ask the questions and because I take the chances and because I see the opportunities. Another person and I can walk into the same room with the same group of people, and they can stand there and think that they're not going to get anything out of it and not get anything out of it, not have interviews or interactions or engagements or whatever it is that they were trying to get. And I can walk into that room and walk away with 100 different things that I can now do in my business and 100 different connections. You have to train yourself to look for these opportunities. And it's a little work up front. You got to do the heavy lifting before you can actually get to the success with this. But you have the ability to reframe how you're thinking. And you have to actively try to do this in your life. You have to actively practice this in order to succeed. It's like training yourself with that alarm with the phone to always remember to do your content. It's very Pavlovian with this, and you can actually reframe and rewire your brain to start seeing opportunities or to start seeing ideas or to start seeing the opportunity to do content. You can start training yourself to remember to do content or whatever it happens to be. I was talking about how I also told that one person that if she was struggling to remember to do photos and videos, to set an alarm on her phone. And when she sets the alarm on her phone, that will remind her to do it. But it doesn't have to be just a daily thing. You can also use it within the opportunities you know are coming up. So let's say you are going to some fun event in town and you know that you're going to arrive at 1 p.m. Get on your phone, set the alarm for 1:15 before you drive to the event. Now, well into the event, you're going to have that alarm go off and remember, oh yes, while I'm here, allow me to make some content. Film, 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 done. It's real easy to create that content in the moment if you train yourself to do it. And again, with those alarms, that is that little bell that reminds you to do the thing. And then you no longer need that, because you're going to, when you set foot in new locations or at new events or whatever it happens to be, your brain will automatically think, oh, okay, I have to do this. Let me do this real quick, and then I can move on with my life. So you can train yourself and reframe what you're thinking to be more successful, or to be on a path that you want to be on, and make it easier for yourself in the long run. So if you've got questions on that, I would love to get it answered.